So hello everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for continuing up to this fifth video, whereby we are going to be looking at, we've designed, so we want to form the portrait one. Okay, so with the portrait one, as I showed you in the other video, I had formed something here that is already an image that I showed you the other side. So we'll look for 10. Okay, 10, 10, where are you? 10, where are you? 10. So we are looking for that wonderful design that is in portrait. We have 10 designs, After Effects designs. So basically I'm not saying 10. Okay, so let us try to check in these ones. That is 11. So if I go to 11, so the same thing. 11, 9. Let us try to see 9. See, yes, close. So close this, we no longer need it. So we have this. So this is our portrait one, that is in the portrait format. So on this one, what I would need is the background and this text. Okay, so I need the background and this text plus the logo. So if this is our portrait one and I get it, then drag it somewhere here because it was the one that was confirmed to be used. So I have this background, so I'm going to just copy this. I'm going to shift it from here and I'm going to move it. Okay, I'm going to be moving it to the other to the other side. Okay, so if I get all of it maybe and group it, then I'm going to be moving it to this area. Okay, so let me first put that. I'm going to be moving it to this area. I don't want this anymore, so I put it off. So if this is what I have now, so it means I'm going to be replacing this info 2. So let me start with info 1. Or to avoid like confusing you, I'm going to be deleting these, the old ones, the info, because I want it to be arranged like this. Okay, so I'm going to be replacing what is here. I replace it because I no longer want this white background because I already have one. I want this yellow background, should also go off. So I leave the names, but I delete the what? I delete the layers. Okay, so I'm going to be replacing, so I ungroup these. So now if I get this, I also, if I get this, Ctrl Z. So this is info. There is also info here. Now let us start from the bottom. Okay, so the white one, I'm going to get this, Ctrl Z. I get this layer, Ctrl X to cut it, then I drop it on the white one, Ctrl Shift V. So I place it back. So the moment I click this, it goes on and it goes off. Now after that, I'm going to get this yellow background, Ctrl X, cut it, then place it on this yellow what? Where I put this yellow, Ctrl Shift V, so that I place it there but it remains in the position where it has to be. Okay, So always keep that in mind. So after doing that, then we come back, okay, where we have company name. Okay, so where we have company name, so we no longer need this name. Okay, so remember that we are saving. This is a project that we duplicated from the older one that we had, and now we are going to arrange this in a portrait in a portrait format. Okay, so it is loading maybe. So it is done loading. Now if we get this, okay, so we have these, that is let me first come here. So if you want to like contact me, use these numbers 0170794 plus 256 782 10 85 49. So endeavor to see that you use those numbers. If you want to contact me and maybe I teach you graphics, you have any questions, anything regarding the creative industry, whether copyright, whether distribution of your music, movies, that stuff. So endeavor to see that digital marketing, endeavor to see that you like contact me, you talk to me, then I happen to like describe for you, talk to you about all that stuff. Okay, so now besides that, if we have that, so we save. Always remember to save your art piece before you do any other step. Any change that you happen to make, endeavor to see that you do what? You save. Okay, to be on a safer side, because you may be using a desktop whereby it cannot save any power. So the moment power goes off here in Africa, so everything is lost. You see? So we don't need all of this. Remember, we have to rearrange it in a portrait format. We just need the layers to stay the same and these others differ. So remember, we had that, so that was complete. So we need the company name. So in the first design, we had the company name separated. Okay, so if we get this, so the company name was put on the same layer alone. Ctrl X. So we shall replace this later on after that. So company name, Ctrl Shift V. So we first switch off the I, go back, copy this by cutting Ctrl X, then we slope down again to the company name. Where's the company name? Here, put on our I, then Ctrl Shift V. So it goes where it has to be. So the company name is done. Company shadow. So to have the shadow well selected, let us start with the logo. Are you seeing? So we get Ctrl X, then go to the logo. Where is the company logo? Come here, company logo, put on the I, Ctrl Shift V, switch off this I. So I'm a little bit faster, but you can pause and you go and you do at your own pace using VLC or any other player. So if we go back, get the company logo shadow and paste it. Okay, that is a Ctrl Shift V. Are you seeing? So everything has remained as it was. Now info. So with this info, we have this info. If we go back down, are you seeing? Are you saying we have where we have setting what? So we don't want this. So we delete this. Not anymore. So this was our first info. Here, this is our first info. So we cut it, Ctrl X, then we bring it this side here, company, machines. So info, that is info here. So Ctrl Shift V and place it there. After having placed it there, we have where we had tell 1, tell 2. So if we want these phones not to come at the same time, remember what we did the other time. So you can just copy this in a more simpler way. You can just copy this. Okay, if we go back, you can even cut it. Let us just cut it. So we go back this side and let us have this. That is tell 1. So if we click it there, so they are displaying. We don't want these ones anymore, so we want them to display from the other side. So on tell 1, Control Shift and a V. Remember we had copied them. So after that we come and get this, then that is tell 1, then tell 2. This is our tell 2. So what we do, we delete it and we just leave it at that. Then when we get to our tell 2, we Control Shift V. Are you seeing? So now in our tell 2, if we switch off our tell 1, remember we copied something that had 2 phone numbers, so we delete this. Okay, so now are you seeing that? So if we switch, are you seeing? If we switch, are you seeing? So we have tell 1 and tell 2, so we save that. Then info 2, remember with info 2 we played around with info 1. Okay, with info 2 we played around with information. Remember our information is so that is company name, information. This is the information. Okay, selling, leasing and maintaining photocopying machines. So we want now in our info 2 we copy this. Okay, but where we had our company name here and the logo at the top, so we are going to switch it. Okay, in our design we are going to extend this up. That is what we would call info what? Info 3. So we are going to info 2. So we are going to Control Shift V, then drag this holding Shift to move in a straight line. Then we want it to fit here, so we Control Shift, we Shift Alt to scale it uniformly so it fits there. Selling, leasing and maintaining our photocopying machines. So that is it. After that we save. So that is our info 2. Okay, so if that is our info 2, that is our info 2, then we cross over to contact 1, contact 2. Let us first leave that, then we start playing around with machines. Yes, contact 1, contact 2, we are going to be copying these. So let us just go here, shift these and delete them. And from deleting them, what we are going to be basically doing, we are going to duplicate our previous ones. Okay, we are going to be duplicating our previous ones, and after duplicating our previous ones we are going to align them. Okay, so if we duplicate these previous ones, so if we duplicate these previous ones, as you see this, as you see what I'm basically doing, I select these and I first switch on their eyes, then drag them and create new layer. I drop them there, so it like shows you tell 2 copy, tell 2 copy, I mean tell 1 copy, tell 2 copy. Control S to save. Then I want to change their names to, let it first save. So then I type in contact 1, then no, this has to be contact 2, then contact 1. So after having posted these and changed them, so the next thing that we have to do basically is we changing. Okay, so we are going to be changing these. Okay, so if we have those, remember we switched off these ones. They are not showing, but they are aligned the same way. So now what we want to change is with these two. If we select them like that, now we are going to place them where we think after placing these machines. Okay, so we get the first machine, yes, this is our first machine. So if we bring this machine 1 in the middle somewhere there, okay, it means if we are going back and we switch on this layer here, okay, so if we go to these contacts, these are our contacts, leave alone the other first contacts. So these are our contacts. Okay, that is contact 1 and contact 2. Okay, so if we are to reduce them, I'm holding shift and selecting both of them. So let us first move them to a side, that side. So if we get this, because we want, this is our center of what? Emphasis. So if we get this and scale it more, then could we put the phone numbers here? Let me first test it and we see. Ctrl Z, so both of them. No, it would be better if we leave them as, so it means we have to extend this shape of ours a little bit. The white layer, the white solid has to grow bigger a little bit. So get this, just a little bit of this. So we get this, holding shift. Them to be a little bit viewable, seeable, looked at, like if someone is watching, at least that someone can see. So if we go back, get this and just place it there. So are you seeing that? So that is what I basically need to see or have in our layers. So we go here, extend this a little bit somewhere in the middle. So we save. So remember I'm by name Nyenje Isaac, also known as Munye Scripts, a creative designer like you, an artist, a musician, an animator, and basically I went to an institute and I learned this, and I was admitted again as one of the tutors there, that is Universal Institute of Graphics and Technology. So on this platform I happen to share, and if you're out there and you would want to learn graphics designing, animation, so there is an institute to join. And if at all you are not basically looking for papers and you would want me to train you, I can also train you. If at all you want to join for a short course, contact me, then I take you there and you happen to study, you bring out your creativity. So endeavor to see that you subscribe and leave a like. Okay, so we can talk via WhatsApp on these numbers that you happen to see. Then I have these wonderful platforms, that is latestugmusic.online, latestugmusic.com, where you can upload anything that is basically digital and downloadable for people to buy, and you retain 65% of the price that you happen to set. Then we have latestugmusic.xyz, where you can upload a flyer of the services you provide, a physical product that you sell, and people can contact you and buy it. Remember, you can also advertise on it. You can also advertise on any of these platforms and you win big. And we are sooner introducing an affiliate program than the video product video, whereby you can at least show us a sample of what you are selling, of what you would want to sell to your clients, then also earn when you refer a buyer to a certain product. Okay, so stay and remember to subscribe to this wonderful YouTube channel so that you do not miss out on anything that we happen to launch out, that we happen to show. Okay, so endeavor to see that you subscribe and become part of this wonderful YouTube channel. So that is it basically. Then we go back to our layers, and so remember we started with the first machine. Okay, so we make sure maybe we come up with a layer here up, then we copy these guides by selecting them, hold shift and select on another one, Ctrl X, then we paste this, Ctrl Shift V, then we get this one also, Ctrl X, Ctrl Z. First make sure that it is selected, Ctrl X, guide is not selecting, so Ctrl X, then we go and get it here, Ctrl V. So these are guides. So because down we could copy cut out a certain layer, then end up cutting it also. So to avoid that, I gave them their own layer because I need more guides here to keep up with this. Okay, then also we shouldn't exceed that part. Okay, so if I scale this up, select this and just increase it a little, like that. So if I go back, machine 1 is done. Okay, so if I switch this off, get this now, move it there, scale it, then this one also, if I try to scale it and see, and also so there, that is our machine 2. Are you seeing? So instead of going back the other side, it would cost us a lot of time. So if we, let us first go back, extend this because we may leave out some machines, 2, 3, so we'll drag this third one, Control. So if you are using CS6, yours is not a little bit direct that you just click a Control plus and it scales exactly that. So it basically means for you, you would have to use the hand tool. That is, where is it? Or these statuses, like when you are scaling something, to move it around. Are you seeing this? Then this. So if I get this, somewhere there. Control and shift. I mean shift and an alt. That is the one I'm using to scale uniformly. So that is our machine what? Our machine number 3. If I come to 4, I drag it. Drag it here. Here, first make this come to exactly this. Yes. So if I get this again, so if I scale it like to sit more on this line, it may end up going off because this is something too large, so we leave it at that. Then that is machine 4, so we go to 5. Okay, just fits. We keep it at that, then we embed it. So it means in the other project this was not embedded, if we see it here. Okay, so we save. And we are basically getting these two animation. So we are going to be just roughly playing around with it. Okay, so we get this as our number 6. So we place it there. Place it there. Then after that we go to the repair. So with repair, we scale it to fill this up, so like that. Then we get to these ones, we scale them up. Then this. So we keep it at that. So if we double click on it, we can enter inside and let us go off one time like that. So if I click this, let me first increase it. I want to do something. If I click this like that, so if I go back, using that, so that is it. That is what I wanted to do. I wanted it to have some breathing space there. So we have that. Okay. Then my advert. Okay. So now we've like designed everything. It's on point. So we are going to be removing these. Okay, this and this. So remember, we noticed something. We go back here, Sarah, horizontal animation. Then now we go back to where After Effects is landscape. So landscape, so if So we are basically going back to the other design that we had. We noticed that this was not what? Embedded. So we have to make sure that everything is right, and we have to make sure that all the eyes are on. Ctrl Z. Save. So after making sure that all the eyes are on, basically, and everything is well arranged, so we are going to be crossing over to either Premiere Pro or Adobe After Effects, that is After Effects. So if we make sure that all the eyes are basically on, all the eyes of our layers, so don't mind about this, we shall be putting everything right in After Effects. Then we save again. Sorry. So this means that the project is a little bit heavy, and endeavor to see that you do what endeavor to see that after like designing, if I happen to come here and select everything, then I go to, is it edit object, then I go to expand appearance. So then I go back to edit, then expand, or I go back here and I get to simplify, then make it 797, then I say okay. If we switch off this, so if I put them back, and I click Ctrl S, so are you seeing? It is heavy, but it is a little bit lighter than it was before. So this would even also simplify it in my project that is in After Effects or Premiere Pro. So I happen to go back, delete this because I don't want this. So I have this. So I do the same thing in this one. Okay, switch on everything. The eyes of everything. So I never deleted this logo. How come? If I get this off and I get everything off, so logo only. So I remained with the upper one. Then this also, delete it. So I'm having something worthy it. I think that. Then besides that, I remove this information of mine that is basically for advertisements, and shift and click this. So when I go back to my first design on this, I have to put it right. I started with this one and yellow one, then company name, logos, then information, and tail 1 and tail 2. So it basically means I have to increase the size of my tail 1 and tail 2. Leave alone the contacts The contacts are the ones that are going to be appearing when I start animation. I'll make these fade out. So that is it. So after that, I select everything. I select object, then expand appearance, object, then from there I come and say path, and so come here and make sure that I simplify this to 97, then I say okay. So after that I save. So now I have this as the portrait one, then I have this as the landscape one. So now I'm going to be taking them to an animation software, or I'm going to be taking them to maybe Premiere Pro or After Effects. So those two softwares can animate, but After Effects is a little bit more advanced in animation. So I'm going to be basically playing around with opacity, okay, properties of layers. That is, we talk of opacity, position, rotation, scale, and the anchor point. That is where we are going to play around to see that we create some animation in these designs that we've created. Remember to subscribe and keep watching this channel. Okay, so if you feel like this channel is getting you somewhere and you feel like paying for any of these, we don't pay for them, but what we usually do, we can donate through our PayPal account. That is down. You can pay using your Visa, it does not matter. So endeavor to see that. For any question, you type it in the comment section, or even using those phone numbers that I happened to list before in this video, you can contact us, and that is via WhatsApp or even a call. Then we answer any of your questions that you might have, and they are basically bothering you. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe and click that notification bell so that you do not miss out on anything that happens to come up, like videos, anything about content creation. Thank you for watching.